You know, we don't have to make many speeches, man, to get these dudes to go. You know, it ain't the rah-rah, the Nuke Rockney. Like I tell them, like, I can't give you a speech every day to love football. So I think we got quite a few guys in the locker room right now that say, hey, man, this is what we do, this is how we show up, and this is what is expected of us, and this is how we're going to practice.
What are some of the things that you look for in players when you're recruiting players to come play safety for you?
Yeah, look, I would like to get baseball players, one, because then I don't have to teach them how to catch or track a ball, but they just didn't trickle down and pass down, you know, the expectation of playing defense here, playing safety here. So, you know, with Jay Reed and KJ and Zach Key, those guys been here with me for 3 years, so they know how we operate and they know the expectation and, you know, they know how we play. They know what my expectations are, so they just pass it along to the rest of the group and, you know, they do a great job as leaders.
What's going on, folks? We are launching the Retain the Roar campaign here at State Media in partnership with Happy Valley United. This is extremely important to me personally and the entire program moving forward. I came to Penn State in some of the darkest times. I deeply care about this university and this football program. That is why I'm done talking. I'm going to lead by example, and I'm working to pull a bunch of other lettermen together to get behind this campaign. It is integral for us to participate in NIL, and not only participate, but dominate to match the expectations that we all have for this program. We're in it to win championships, so let's put our money where our mouth is. I'm taking the first step. I hope that you all follow me. Our goal is to raise $500,000 to close this spring transfer portal cycle and ensure that we retain the roar.
College football tees, college basketball tees, whatever you need, Mercury has you covered with the best merch out there. We're talking about high quality clothing, inexpensive, and the best part is I have a 15% discount for everybody who goes and gets some right now. Use the code below, hit the link in the description, and go get your merch now. Use the code to get 15% off. What are you waiting on? Go do it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Trace, Hack here. We got Coach Poindexter here, a couple of Virginia guys kicking it, now wearing the better blue Penn State logos out here. So
yeah, I can't say that yet.
I can say it.
Yeah.
No, how's it going, Coach?
It's going great, man. It's going great. You know, trying to get used to, you know, new coordinators in all three spots, but it's been going great.
Good.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, Dex, we go way back. I still have vivid memories because my dad played at Virginia. You obviously played at Virginia. I grew up just outside of Charlottesville. So little going up in the alumni lounge after games, I'd sit in front of your highlight tape and just hit that button because I don't know if they've revamped it. They might have. Haven't been to the University of Virginia in quite some time. But I'd just sit there and watch that for hours on end, man. You were a bad son of a you were a bad son of a back in the day, bro.
I played a little bit, man.
Yeah.
You know, still in football, man. You just have fun with it. Just try to tell these kids now, man, it's a short window of your life. You just get to play it and just got to have fun with it.
Yeah, and then you also recruited me at Virginia, cross paths back here. We've talked about this time and time again since we've caught up and I've been up here. This transition, what has it been like being here? What has this community been like? What has this program and culture been like for you?
Well, I just tell you, like, you growing up in Forest, Virginia, where I grew up, you know, you always knew Penn State, and never in my wildest dreams would I thought I'd been here coaching. This is an awesome experience. You know, I don't think it's a bigger school in the country than Penn State, the brand. And, you know, you get to coach some of the best players in the country. And, you know, obviously working with Coach Franklin has been awesome. This community, great. They've been great to me and my family. So it's just been an awesome experience for all of us.
You kind of mentioned it. You got, you know, new defensive coordinator that kind of came in this year. How has that been getting these guys up to speed on the new scheme, and what are some of the things that you've been really excited about seeing them this spring?
No, you know, obviously it's, you know, it was tough losing Coach Manny. You know, like we had done great things here the past 2 years on defense. But, you know, Coach Allen brings a different vibe to it. You know, obviously he's very experienced, been a head coach for a long time, DC for a long time. And, you know, all these guys up here, they just want to play football, man. You know, they take the scheme. It really don't matter what scheme it is. They just want to play. So the kids it's been a good transition. Coach been great. And, you know, it's been going pretty well right now.
You mentioned the transition, coaching staff, all that stuff. You got great players. What have you done specifically with your group to impress upon them development? Defense has never been a worry here, really, over a long time. The defense has always had a certain standard. They've played to it. What are some of the things that your group that you've approached with your group specifically in this spring cycle leading up into the season?
Well, look, like you say, defense has been a tradition of great defense here. Fortunate enough for me, I done had 2 pro players that were in my room when I came here. I inherited it, and they just didn't trickle down and pass down, the expectation of playing defense here and playing safety here. So, with Jay Reed and KJ and Zach Key, those guys been here with me for 3 years. So they know how we operate and they know the expectation and, they know how we play. They know what my expectations are. So they just pass it along to the rest of the group. And, they do a great job as leaders.
You mentioned some of the talent that's been here. Like when you first got here, the 2 guys that are now in the league and 3 guys you just mentioned. When you go out on the road recruiting, what are some of the things that you look for in players when you're recruiting players to come play safety for you? Yeah,
look, I would like to get baseball players, one, because then I don't have to teach them how to catch or track a ball. But no, it's a little bit of a size element, speed element, but the main thing I look for, man, you got to be tough, man. I pride myself on being a tough player and playing football a certain way, a certain style. And you just got to be physically tough and mentally tough. And you got to have a knack for the game. Jair Brown won't going to blow you away at a combine with all his numbers, but this dude just understood football and how to play football. So, you try to get that off the tape. You try to go to schools and try to talk to people around this. What's the dude's football IQ? And if they got good football IQ, they can be a good safety, even if they lack a little bit of the speed that you want.
You go on the road recruiting or just in general, what to you is a Penn State football player? What is expected of a person who's playing football for Penn State? And what does it mean to be a player at Penn State University?
For me, you got to love football, one. Like, you don't come to a place like Penn State and you just like football. You can't stick your toe in the water here. The expectation is too high. And, they got to love football. They got to be about their business. And that's just the culture that y'all done passed down from years to years. Like, you got to go to class. James going to make you go to class. You're going to have to, work hard in the weight room. You're going to have to train hard. You have to do all that kind of stuff. And then obviously you got to be able to perform, and if you're scared of the big lights, you shouldn't come here, and you got to have an expectation that I came here to perform and to win big games and to win a lot. So, it's just not I'm going to school just to be going to college. It's expectations coming along with being a Penn State football player.
What's going on, y'all? Christian Hackenberg with State Media in the Pocket. This segment is brought to you by Utz. Utz has a phenomenal line of potato chips and other snacks. We were fortunate enough to be able to enjoy them all weekend. They kept us fed and ready for all of these interviews that you all are about to enjoy. They've been a fantastic partner of ours, and we're looking forward to continuing to bring you guys exclusive content here at State Media.
Mm-hmm. So focusing in on this spring and this transition, I've talked about this with a few of the other guys today. I feel like the temperature around the program in terms of the outside noise, right? Everyone tries to ignore it. Everyone hears it, right? Is a little bit different for whatever reason coming into this season. I've kind of characterized it as I thought that this locker room had a chance to work in the shadows and not have the expectations that they did last year, but come out and surprise some people, almost like an underdog type of mentality. What have you seen throughout spring ball that may or may not play into that narrative? Or what can we expect from this group heading into the season from an approach standpoint and a mentality?
Well, you know how consistent coach is about just how he run the program. So, you getting the same kind of work, you getting the same kind of attention to detail. Like I say, everybody know the expectations here, but I just, again, it's a game. You got to play each game individually. Obviously you got your goals and team goals and getting places, but look, you got to take a day at a time. And if everybody just come prepared, then you play each game like you should be in the spot you want to be at the end of the year. I don't really read the newspaper. I don't look at the news and stuff like that. So, but I know these kids hear a lot of stuff. So, but y'all been players. Like, you can't listen to the outside noise. You just got to be about your business and things that take care of itself.
I guess the one thing, Trace played on a team that I thought had a lot of this, and we had it in our own ways dealing with other stuff when I was here. But just like a player-led team, like you see different intensity at practice, you see a different level of competitiveness, you see a different level of attention to detail and focus. Like you said, Coach has done since day one, since he walked in the door here, he's done a fantastic job of implementing his process and preaching it into existence up until this point. But I guess, like, you were a ball player, you get it. You've been in a lot of locker rooms. Has that step happened to where you can now say, like, these boys are ready to rock?
Yeah, I just think, last year coming to the season, our biggest concern was, like, who are the leaders?
Yeah.
Like, we had great players, but who are the leaders? Like, the guys you talking about, hey, man, like, we going to practice. I don't care what coaching I'm talking about. We going to this is what we do. I think this year we got, at least just speaking from defensive side of the ball, we got 5 or 6 guys that like, hey, man, this is standing. This is what we going to go do. No matter how we feel, we show up to practice like this, and this is how we going to compete. And it's been great to see. Yeah. So I think we do have a player-led team this year. Yeah. And, we don't have to make many speeches, man, to get these dudes to go. It ain't the rah-rah, the Newt Rockney. Like I tell them, like, I can't give you a speech every day to love football. So I think we got quite a few guys in the locker room right now that say, hey, man, this is what we do, this is how we show up, and this is what is expected of us, and this is how we're going to practice.
That's great. You got one, or I got another one. If you
got another, yeah, go.
How's it been with Coach Kotelnicki? What has he brought in your observation up until this point throughout spring ball? Obviously, a lot of learning in terms of personnel and stuff like that, but likes to do a lot of things from formationally, motion, shifts, personnel. What has been your first impression? And then on top of that, what has been your impression of him as a coach in terms of how he gets that group going on a day-to-day basis?
One, he a funny dude, man. So y'all should hang around.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, we had him on earlier. You can tell.
Yeah, so he got a different vibe to him, man. And he's excited about his offense and what it can bring to Penn State. Just going against him every day, it's hard, man, because it's a lot of shift, a lot of movement, a lot of motions. He make you have to think on the defensive side of the ball. So if you got a lot of checks in, it's going to be hard for you, especially young players.
And your group, too.
Oh, my goodness. It's hard. It's hard to train young safeties against this offense because things just don't stay still for him. And so I think it's very creative. He can get guys open that, not to say they couldn't get themselves open, but just the scheme itself can
helps
get them.
Manufacture it a little bit.
It can get them open and easy throws for the quarterback because the dude just going to be Scott-ass free because somebody going to blow an assignment, But you can tell the energy that he bring to practice every day. He excited to be here, and it's fun working with him. Probably even better to hang out with him at nighttime.
Yeah, no doubt. All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
All right,
Appreciate
cool.
you.
Appreciate you,
Coach.
yeah, man. You know what?